SCR 1.9 has arrived a lot sooner than expected, with stuff as small as feathered signals and speed signs to stuff as big as disruption events and express going to Nuri. All that and more coming up in today's video as we give an overview of what has arrived in 1.9. Let's go. Let's start with the biggest thing to arrive in this update. Express going to Nuri and Nuri Harbour. 4 new routes has been added to Express, with 2 going to Nuri, 1 route to Nuri Harbour, and 1 route starting at Benton. Now all these routes that have been added in this update all go via Port Benton and Morganstown docks non-stop. What's really weird though is that if you choose the Class 220, you will actually see a secret route that goes to Leighton City, and it's the only express route to ever stop at Eden Quay. But we will get more into the stations later. If you choose the route Nuri to Lynn, you would be able to use the only express service that stops at Wester Coast. This is indeed such a strange update for Express, honestly. It is really weird. And whilst we are on the topic of Nuri, let's talk about the Nuri line and its scenery. I'm going to play a quick time lapse of the Nuri line and let's see what it looks like. Okay, so that was a lot to take in, so let's go over this a little slowly, shall we? So as we depart Faraday Road TMD, you can already notice that it has had a huge update to it. Faraday Road Station, however, looks very similar to what it used to look like. Then the train goes up a hill, round a bend to when it goes over a large bridge, which I like to call St. Eleven's Bridge. Yeah, you'd understand the pun if you lived in Plymouth. After Eden Quay, the track splits into 2 and goes into separate tunnels before coming out of the tunnels and merging back together again at Nuri sidings. The train then pulls into Nuri shortly after that. If you want to go further to Nuri Harbour, the tracks all merge into one single track, goes past a small beach, goes underneath a bridge, before then pulling in to Nuri Harbour. Now let's go over each station one by one and let's take a closer look at them. Starting with Faraday Road, there isn't much to say since it is basically the same as before. However, we can see some more tracks off to the side of the station, but this is just all to do with the Faraday Road TMD. Eden Quay is my favourite station on this line. Not only is it because it's based on one of my local stations, Dockyard, but the scenery around the station is just spectacular. TJH says the scenery around the station is based off Salford Quays, and I can see the similarities. There is also a secret subway that takes you under the river and takes you to the other side. It has a nice old London Underground feel, which I really do like. The station itself does look very similar to what it looks like in real life, although if I was to really be strict on this station, if you remember in my April Fool's video, I ran up this pathway to get to the station, which doesn't seem to be there. But let's be honest, is it really needed? I mean, I never noticed it until that day, so I don't know if Eden Quay is going to be my favourite SCR station yet, but I am thinking about it. Nuri Station is based off Newbury. What? No, I'm being serious. No. I'm not joking, it is, no. Anyway, as I was saying, Nuri is based off Newbury in real life. It has a nice feel to it, which I really like, and it feels a lot more suitable for Express due to the longer platforms. This station is my second favourite station on the Nuri line. And finally, there is Nuri Harbour. First of all, the most obvious thing we can see is the giant cruise ship outside the station. This station is based off Kyle of Lochhalsh in Scotland. I really like the spiky roof that you get at some real life stations, and it just adds a little more detail to the station. And you would think that's it for 1.9, but there's actually a lot more than that. It's time to go through the other features that have been added. Now I think the first thing we should point out is that there are now disruption events that will delay your service due to something that could potentially derail the train. Okay, hold on. Let me just pause the video 1 second. I just want to tell you guys that your train will not derail if your train does go over the disruption event speed limit. So please do not worry. But please do not go over the speed limit anyway in a public server, because you could still get into trouble. Alright, on with the video. The disruption events that can be caused are fire, wind, floods and flash floods, boat crashes, and truck crashes. When a disruption event begins, you should be expected to reduce your speed to 10 or even 5 miles an hour in some cases. Here are the stages of what will happen during a disruption event. A yellow board with flashing lights will appear to the side of the track. This warning means that a disruption is ahead. The second yellow board will warn you of what speed you will have to go down to. Once again, this will either be 5 or 10 miles an hour. Then, after the third yellow board, the event will begin. After the event ends, another yellow board with the letter T will indicate that the event is over, and you may continue at line speed. The events will delay your train by about 2 minutes, but don't worry, these events are quite rare and will not happen every time you pass that area. Other signs, such as whistle signs and speed limit signs, have also had an updated look. Whistle sounds for dispatchers and guards have also been updated. There is one sound to signal that the door should be closed, and then a different sounding whistle for when the train should be dispatched. Here are what the whistles sound like. Feather signals have also been added at all junctions around the network. These let drivers know where the train is going to go. For example, here at Leighton West Triangle, you can see that the feather signal is letting the driver know that the train will be junctioning off the line. Morganstown, Wester Coast, West Wyvern and North Shore's platforms have all been extended. Coincidentally, all these platforms all serve Stepford Express. So could this mean that longer express trains could be coming soon? Morganstown's flyover has been updated so that Express can use the flyover. One thing to point out is that the dip that goes under Morganstown Docks Bridge has been removed, due to the fact that the bridge has been raised by a few studs. Lots of posters have also been added to the network, especially on Express. There are posters such as a poster for the updated Newry Harbour Station, one about trains being meshed, and even an apology letter from Visit Bowden, which I think is kind of funny. Now I'm not going to read it, but if you guys want to read it, make sure you pause the video and have a look. Lastly, the SCR network map has had a major new look to it. As you can see right here, this is also the first time we can see the new logo in SCR, which is really exciting. And that's it. That is everything in 1.9. Expect a lot of content on this line, such as virtual train spotting and a special comparison between Eden Quay and Dockyard Station. But for now, that's it. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you like, subscribe and turn on those notifications, and I will see you all in the next video. Goodbye guys.